Coming soon to a bank near you, folks. Hey, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin, Kevin, all caps if you're searching for me on YouTube or Google. But the easiest way to find me is to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that like button and turn on notifications. Please share these videos with anybody you think it would be helpful and beneficial to, because I'm bringing you guys some real insider intel and boots on the ground information that isn't being shared in a lot of different places. And we're going deep. We're doing deep dives into breaking it down into what it really means, what they're actually saying, these companies, these corporations, these politicians, these banks, these businesses, and what it could mean for us, you, our families, our money, our finances, our businesses, our future, our livelihood, our food, our survival, everything. So, folks, I got a good one here. Coming soon to a bank near you. Warning, major policy change. It's time to get out, folks. Bank insider intel. Warning from banks that doing this will not go unnoticed or be tolerated. And in some instances, one strike and you're out. This is, when I read this, I could not believe it. And like I said, pretty much only here because this is coming from an actual bank employee. Now, I cannot share the identity of the employee because he's asked me not to, and I respect his wishes and his wanting to remain anonymous. So for anybody out there who has any information to share and wants to keep that anonymity, please know that I do not take that lightly. I take that very seriously, and I will not breach that confidentiality that we have amongst each other. But I will say that this person, we do maintain a pretty consistent level of communication, and we are working on some really cool things to get him set up with his business, his side hustle, and get him in a position to not have to rely on these banks, because what he's sharing is very, very concerning. And I have another very interesting and important share I want to bring you guys later on in the video. But basically what it boils down to is these folks out here, these businesses, these companies, these corporations, they are hurting. They're feeling the pain. This recession is real. The impacts to the economy are real. These layoffs are real. These balance sheets are real, and we're coming close to the end of the fiscal year for many companies, and they're looking at these numbers and saying, hey, these numbers ain't looking too hot. We got to make some changes. We can't force sales. We can't drop prices because dropping prices reduces our profit. So we're just going to have to cut some of this dead weight. We're going to have to shed some of this overhead. And I told you guys before, the most expensive operating cost overhead expense for a business is typically the employees, not just their wages, but the benefits that come with them, the employment taxes, the workers' compensation insurance. There are so many factors that go into play that make the employees so expensive, but also make the employees the first on the chopping block when it comes time to cut some of that dead weight and reduce some of your expenses and overhead operating expenses and costs. So, folks, beware. I'm not trying to scare you this morning. I'm not trying to, depending on what time you're watching this video, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to inform and educate you about, let's pay attention to what's happening. If business is good, numbers are up, everybody's in the green, more than likely everything's fine, but that's not necessarily the case right now. So let's not be blind and oblivious to that fact. And let's not get caught off guard and wind up with a pink slip or layoff notice or a mass termination or anything like that with, another viewer, subscriber, which I appreciate you guys helping me pull all this information together, bringing to my attention that Walmart at one time would literally look at the minute by minute or hour by hour sales and make adjustments to their schedule, ultimately cutting hours from the employees depending on how good or bad the sales were. So that was years ago. The technology has advanced since then. The data is more accurate and quicker to be reported and updated. So these companies are not playing. And as long as you're making them a bunch of money and they are making a bunch of money, everything's fine. But in a situation like we're in right now, where that's not necessarily the case for everybody, then now is the time that we be seriously paying attention and noticing the trends of what's happening, and making sure we're not putting ourselves unnecessarily in this vulnerable position for what is to come. Now, Kevin, I thought you'd like to know. Let's see here. At the bank, we're having major policy changes resulting in stricter management and less flexibility. You guys know when things are good, the companies wherever you work are very flexible. Typically, they're more flexible. I believe they are laying the groundwork to begin layoffs. Okay, makes sense. Smart person here. Smart person here who's understanding and witnessing the changes and what that could mean. At this time, they are still offering voluntary overtime due to the influx of healthcare volume. And come the new year, we'll be cross-training into other functions at the bank as a cost-cutting measure. So let's talk about cross-training. So cross-training, you guys probably know about or have seen or heard about or maybe have even personally experienced training someone else to take your job. And not in a good way. Training someone else to replace you and take your job. Maybe even training someone to learn your job to get a promotion above you that you thought you were going to get. That has happened many times that I know of. Not to me, but I know of several people that this has happened to. So cross-training at the bank, what does that mean? So whether it's the bank, whether it's Walmart, whether it's Kroger, whether it's, you work at, anywhere you work, wherever you work, comment down below. You know what? Please comment down below. Let me know where you guys work, because based on where you guys work, I want to do some more investigating and more digging to get more information on industries specific to what you guys do who are watching this channel. So I would appreciate that. Comment down below, let me know where you work. But basically cross-training means that, you want to have the ability, you don't want the companies, much like me, much like I suggest to you guys, have diversity. Do not have a single point of failure, because that's just too risky. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. So what companies want to do is, Twitter, for example, they want to make sure they have cross-training so that multiple employees can do the jobs of multiple employees. Why? Because you guys may have recalled a few weeks ago, Elon Musk actually in his mass firing, layoff, early resignation, termination spree, he actually got locked out of his own building because of the security system, and the employee that would handle the badges and the security system no longer worked there. But without the cross training, there was no one else to be able to pick up that slack. So these companies, they want to do the cross training so that not one single employee has too much power or ability over the company, so that if they want to let someone go, they can. It's not like, oh, well, we can't let them go because no one else can do their job. No, what they're going to do now is they're going to begin to have employees training other employees, doing this cross training, so that everybody is going to be on the same level playing field, kind of like looking at each other like, who's next, and then it's going to be like kind of cutthroat maybe against the employees. It'll be employee versus employee instead of employer versus employee. You see, they're playing these mind games, these psychological mind games, and trying to pit each other against each other for multiple reasons. And so the cross training will basically put them in a position where they may even say, look, there's 5 of you that can all do the same jobs because we've cross trained you all. But there's only a need for 3 jobs. So 2 of y'all got to go. So what does that mean? That means they're going to lay off 2 people. Okay. They're going to lay off 40%, 40%. The other 3 that remain, guess what? Y'all can do everything. They've cross-trained you. So what does that mean? Oh, well, yeah, it means the positive is you still have a job. That's a plus. But guess what? Now you have more work to do because there's 2 less people. But you're staying, you're not getting a raise, but you're maintaining employment. But we need you to do the work of, we need you to pick up the slack of the 2 that we let go, because you guys are trained to do it. Pay attention, folks. If you guys don't mind working more for the same money or ultimately less, that's fine. But if you don't, then you might want to pay attention to what's going on here. Now, it says here that our site operates 24/7 processing payments made to other businesses. For example, like when you mail a check to your electric company, it comes to us and we process it, but it's typically B2B. Now, what is B2B? If you guys are not aware, B2B is business to business. So when a person would mail a check or make a payment to their utility company, that would be considered B2C, business to consumer. But B2B is business to business. And like I said, businesses are going to support businesses, and those businesses that are supported by businesses more than likely are going to be the businesses that make it and survive through this recession. Remember, business to business. Folks, if you're in the network, please pay attention to one of the first 2 posts that I put up that says you need a business and you need to have the ability to invoice. And if you don't, there's a link there that shows you how to do it. Please, it's very important, very important. I'm not saying like right now, but I'm saying like sometime next year, there's going to be a point in time where you say to yourself, man, I really wish I had a business that was able to invoice. Damn it, I wish I would have listened to Kevin back in December. It's very important. So B2B is business to business transactions, okay? Now it says I'm in the overnight data. And we could do a business for beginners if you guys are interested. Comment down below if you want me to do business for beginners. I'm in the overnight data entry department, and I've noticed reduced volume from some of our bigger clients like Simon Properties Group and Waste Management. All right, folks. Simon Property Group. Let me see if I can pull this up so I can read it to you. God, this thing's so small. Simon Property Group is an American real estate investment trust. I got notes here. So I can bring you guys some accurate information. Simon Property Group Incorporated is an American real estate investment trust that invests in shopping malls, outlet centers, and community lifestyle centers. It is the largest owner of shopping malls in the United States and is headquartered in Indianapolis, Indiana. I think Simon Property Group actually owns Mall of Georgia, which is where I brought you guys a video from a few weeks ago where I was sharing you some information about joining the network and also some very important information about Kevin David. You guys might want to go check that one out. Simon Property Group, stock ticker symbol SPG on the New York Stock Exchange. Stock is currently down a few percentage points. Maybe it's a good buy. Over $1 billion a year in net income. CEO David Simon, founded in 1960. 3,300 employees, over 3,300 employees at the time of this, and revenue 4.6 billion according to this. So net income 1.1 billion, revenue 4.6. So they got about a 25% profit margin there. Not too bad. Subsidiaries include Forever 21, Simon Ventures, and more. And Waste Management Incorporated, doing business as WM, the green W and the yellow M, is a waste management, comprehensive waste, and environmental service company operating in North America. Founded in 1968, the company is headquartered in the Bank of America Tower in Houston, Texas. They are on the stock exchange as well, New York Stock Exchange, ticker symbol WM, and they're down a few points too. And you would think waste would probably be a safe investment because it's a recession-proof business, so to speak. So let's see here. It also says what I was shared. A good man. I have no clue what just happened, but the sun just decided to go all the way to 11. So hang on one second because this is blinding. So it says here, a good chunk of the volume from Waste Management are service cancellations or service cancellation requests from businesses. So think about it. Waste is a theoretically recession-proof business. You're always going to produce waste. There's no real way that you cannot produce waste. Now, granted, we do want to be less wasteful, recycle more, but at the end of the day, come on, you guys know that's going to happen. Well, if a huge portion of the volume that's being managed is service cancellation requests from businesses, well, what is that telling you? It's telling you that businesses are going out of business. They are also telling existing workers, now this is back at the bank, if any relative works in the bank, they can no longer work with the company. Whew. Nepotism's gone. If you are more than 7 minutes late without calling ahead, it will be flagged as a tardy, and more than 30 minutes and it will count as 2 tardies. Once you get 3 tardies, once you get 3 of these as tardy, it is an instant termination. Don't be late, folks. There's an old saying, you're either early or you're late. So remember that. Many people also fall asleep during the night shift, typically 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. He said they run 24/7. Once you're caught falling asleep on the job, you'll be let go with no warning. That'd be like back in school. You know, you fall asleep in school back in the day and the teacher would slam a big old book on your desk, wake you up. If you can't maintain over 100% efficiency in your function, you are let what? I guess you're let go. I thought this might have been a typo, but if you can't maintain over 100% efficiency in your function, you are let go. Man, over 100%. It seems like some unrealistic expectations. Please, somebody explain to me how you have over 100% efficiency in your job. Prior to this year, we were issued bonuses if our efficiency was over 100% with no errors. They have since removed that program this year. All right. So perhaps maybe 100% efficiency may say, if you work an 8-hour shift, we want you to do 100 tickets. I'm just making this up. So if in an 8-hour shift, 100 tickets is 100% efficiency, well, perhaps maybe if you did 110 tickets, now you're at 110% efficiency because you've gone beyond what their expectations were within the shift. Perhaps, maybe. But the crazy part about it is now, if you're not reaching the 100% efficiency, the 100 tickets, you're let go. And if you do more than that, which used to issue bonuses, you're not getting a bonus. So this company, this bank, ultimately has eliminated or tried to moderate the amount of quiet quitting that's going on. So you may want to trying to just do your job may prove fatal in the future of your employment with this company. And it doesn't even look like, you could do, let's just say 110%. And, you have an average of 110%, but like one day you drop to 90%. Does that automatically knock you out, or do you maintain a rolling average? But at the end of the day, you're going to do what they tell you to do, or you're going to do more. That's it. There's no in between. You do what they tell you to do, or you do more, or you're fired. That's it. Folks, this is, man, number one, I appreciate the share. Thank you so much. You know who you are. I appreciate it. Check me out. Hit me up in the DM on Patreon. We're going to get you rolling like I know, you should. You got some really good results so far from what you've been doing. So congratulations on that. Keep it up. Do not stop. Do not stop trying, because this is possible. You can achieve the goals you have set out for yourself. I guarantee it. I guarantee you can achieve the goals you have set out for yourself if you continue to push and grind towards achieving these goals, and do not give up. That's my motivation for you. That's my motivation for everybody. Do not give up. Do not throw in the towel. Do not quit. Do not, tuck your tail between your legs. This is not the time for that. This is the time to really stand together and fight and make sure we do not get wiped out by the plans that these folks have for us, because their plan their plan for us is in direct relation to their plan for themselves, which is more money, more revenue, more profits, and at no expense, and cutting all excess weight and unnecessary expenses. Unnecessary. I'm not saying employees are unnecessary, but they're going to find ways to create an unnecessary employee with more layoffs, cross training, cross department training. So if they're focused on that, we need to be focused on the same. There's nothing wrong with folks out there making money, making profit, and protecting their financial futures and their families. There's nothing wrong with that. Especially, you need to be able to do that for yourself, because you can't necessarily trust and count on and rely on these companies to do it for you, or maintain that ability for you to do that with employment with them. They can let you go at any time, or it can be a chain reaction. As I think there was a gym in Seattle they said they survived the pandemic, but now they're going out of business because subsequently, all the tech layoffs have eliminated their memberships because most of the folks that worked in tech were members of the gym. Thousands upon thousands of tech layoffs have canceled memberships. People are now working more from home, and the gym has suffered and they have to go out of business. Now, folks, we just need to be mindful, paying attention, connecting the dots, and not sitting here waiting for that hammer to come down to nail that last nail into the coffin. We don't want that to happen. Now, also, folks, this is widespread. Link in the description. Check it out. The Real Estate Agents of America just posted a video yesterday about some crazy, unbelievable actions that are being taken by homeowners associations, which are businesses. Homeowners associations are businesses in business to make money, not in business to maintain a neighborhood and keep up a certain look and keep it clean. And no, homeowners associations are in business to make money. And you guys will not believe this story of what just happened on one of their clients trying to sell their home, and the homeowners association intervening, in my opinion, illegally intervening, imposing ridiculous fines. Because why? Because they're trying to pump their numbers up. They're trying to get their revenues up. They're trying to get their profits up. They're seeing the writing on the wall. They're seeing the signs out there. They're these B2B businesses, and they're seeing these cancellations coming in. These folks are panicking, and they're gonna try to take down anybody and everybody with them. And what that means is basically they're going to be coming for you and your money and your paycheck and your savings and your investments and your credit and they're preying on your fear. These homeowners associations, comment down below. It happened to us. I won't do a homeowner association again. It happened to us. We went to sell our house and they hit us with a fine. The day we listed it, they hit us with a fine. It's like, really? Everything was perfect and you hit us with a fine. Why? Because they know before you close, you have that lien, you got to clear it, and they're going to get that money. So these are the games they're playing. These are the warning signs I want you guys to be paying attention to. And so check the link in the description. The Real Estate Agents of America. They are members of the network. They are working with me. They are a channel that I do help. But when I helped them make this video and put it together, the information that was shared, I thought was something that was very important that you guys needed to check out. I don't mind helping anybody with their channel, whatever it may be. So you guys make sure to contact me. My information is in the description if you want to go down that road and go down that path. I'm a huge proponent of monetizing content. So if you want to talk about that, please hit me up, link in the description. As always, I am not going to contact you in the chat, in the comment section down below. So if you see a WhatsApp with a picture of my pretty smiling face and you think it's me, it's not. Do not call that number. Do not text it because they're trying to scam people. It's not me. Don't do it. I'm not trying to scam anybody. I'm trying to help people do better. And with that, there are a lot of people doing better in the network. So keep up the good work, guys. Keep up the excellent work, guys. Scott's thoughts. Go check out Scott's thoughts because he just put up a video yesterday that was, oh man.
Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to talk about a subject that I actually live, and that's getting off of disability, returning to the workforce, and then trying to make enough money to leave the workforce, get out of the debt-based system, and live to your full potential. Freedom from financial burden is the #1 issue today. I don't care who you are, what family you have. If you're not worried about how you're going to make it the next year, you're probably not paying attention. I suggest highly that you do.
I can't wait to see his next video. He got me fired up about the steps that he's taken, and he's taking action, and I see it, and it's going to work. It's going to happen. It could happen for anybody as long as you do the work. But go ahead, check him out. Links in the description. You guys take care. Be safe. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.